Hello, this is Krista,
I'm right.
and we wanted to talk to you guys today about what's going on with the coronavirus, and everybody's at home. We've been, over the last couple of days, been just really taking care of business, and we wanted to share our experiences with you so that hopefully it can help you to make some moves like that also, and so that you don't get yourself into a frenzy of worrying about things.
Yeah, I mean, this is everyone's going through this, and I just feel sure there's some people that could use to hear a sensible, optimistic approach at dealing with the present, the here and now, because that's exactly where we are. And this isn't necessarily a business is included if you have a business, so to say, but this is really just a bunch of tools just to learn from. Period. Anyway.
And we own two businesses in Boone, North Carolina. They're like a hippie store and a rock and roll store.
About 15 years now.
Yeah, and so we've been through ups and downs financially throughout the years, and we've learned a lot. And that's kind of where we're at, being able to share our experiences with y'all. And so the first one is going to be if you have any subscriptions. Now, things at our workplace we had music for both stores, and that was a company. We called them, and we worked with Jukeboxy, and they were able to. I guess you talked to them. So.
They suspended billing. The service is still available. So if we wanted to go in and say get some special orders to ship, visit shopthehappyplace.com, and we'll be doing just that. But while we're there doing it, we will actually be able to listen to the music we love and pack some of that energy into what we're doing also, because that's the reason we've been around for as long as we have. And this would be a way for us to start making things normal again.
Mm-hmm. And I called QuickBooks. Since we're not doing payroll right now, we could actually cancel that, and it's good for 6 months. I can go ahead and turn that back on at any time within the 6 months. All the information will be there. So that's one less bill that we have to pay.
Right. Just keep in mind, this is really a lot about our mental state, because this is not anything we've been through before in this way. But nothing ever is. But on this scale, we're having to stop and think, and we're kind of faced with a choice of thinking, what is the future supposed to look like? The future will look like how you deal with now. So if you ignore all your bills, you ignore the landlord, you just try to pretend everything's fine, I can't do it, it's going to be a lot harder. I really feel that than you communicate and take an active role to participate in what we're all going through, and by communicating. And that's going to free you up to help people eventually. Right. Hopefully that's the next step.
I do not like to make phone calls. It's one of the worst things to me. But I feel like that I dislike to be in a situation financially that is not stable. That to me is the very worst, and I will make any phone call to make sure that doesn't happen. Another thing, you talked about the landlords. We have a lot of the students that lived here in Boone and are all over the country have had to go home, and they still have their apartments,
leases,
and their leases.
The way the world looked before, we all had to stay home. And the people that hold those leases, the banks, the credit card companies, whatnot, they're in that world too. So the ones that are going to survive and get through this are the ones that are going to cooperate with us. And
your mortgages, your car payments, call them. This is an unprecedented time that we have never been through this kind of thing before. And everyone that we called, almost everyone that we called, really, they know when you say, I've had to move due to coronavirus. I cannot pay this payment because of coronavirus.
I'm out of work.
My store is closed. I'm out of work. And at that point, then they say, okay, yeah, let me send you to this department, and they've got it all ready for you.
A lot of companies are still kind of reeling, like, what are they going to do? Trying to figure out how to do the same thing you're doing, because they've got bills that are going to be affected. They tell you, they'll just immediately, okay, this month's free, let's just get to the next month.
Right.
Or it's not free, it's delayed. You won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Your cards won't be backed up. A lot of them at this point are still collecting interest. Let the baby have its bottle. because this is going to change even more than what it's changed. Like, this isn't the end.
Right. There's lots.
You know.
There's going to be a lot of programs out there with. I mean, so many Americans do not have any money coming in. So, how are we going to pay for all these things? So we're all going to have to work together and be able to get these things all settled and accomplished to get ourselves back on track once we can get the clear to go back to work. I've seen a lot of banks are waiving fees, but you still have to call them, and you know, if you get an overdrawn check or something, they will waive the fee, but you've got to call them. Some will, some won't, but call to find out if your bank will. So I also looked at the Humane Society website, and they are really needing people to foster pets right now. And we're home. There's, you know, we have a lot of time on our hands. We can really take care of a pet. So if you could foster a pet, that would be really awesome. So contact the Humane Society to find out if you can help.
And take video.
Yeah, post it. Dogs do funny stuff, so do cats. Thank y'all for listening, and we hope that this video finds you healthy and hopeful.
However you're consuming this, use that way to do it. Whether it be comment, leave I don't know how they do it now. Thumbs up and a question. However you're eating.
Comment.
Yeah.
Add your 2 cents. Give us some comments. Give us some feedback. If you have ideas
We're
on
open for conversation.
to help people, you know, add to it. That would be awesome.
What else are you gonna do?
Right. So thank you for listening, and peace and love to you. I'm Krista.
I'm Ron.
Take care.